morning. Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Starting in just about 35 seconds. Good morning and welcome to the Coding Train with your host Dan, who seems to be sort of sitting in the dark. I don't usually stream this early, and if I do, maybe the last time I did it, the sun was not out, and so you can see the sun is coming in and shining behind me. I do have these two lights pointed straight at my face, but nonetheless, now it seems to have come around, and I can see myself in my monitor over here. This is why I always look over here. I have this monitor over here where I should be looking at you, the viewers, the people of the internet. Thank you for joining me this morning. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I actually do have a plan. I was going to say I don't have a plan, but I do have a plan. This is probably the last live stream of the summer. Never say never, but I will be back in full force in September. I am teaching multiple classes at NYU this fall, and I have a lot of content I hope and plan to make for those courses. So this is my last little just like hurrah here for the summer. I do have some other videos that will be coming out. You know that I'm doing, some of you might be have followed the fact that I'm doing a guest conductor series. I've got a couple more of those planned. I also have another Coding in the Cabana video planned. First of all, I just want to say good morning to Rose, because I saw in the chat very briefly that Rose woke up at 5 a.m. to watch this stream, and I'm so sorry. Hopefully this goes well and is interesting, and you enjoy yourself, learn something. Maybe you just have it on the background, and because you're got lots of other things to do, that's totally fine. But thank you for tuning in. I know that it's a bunch of people. It's the evening for them, but it's not that early, to be honest. It's 8. And usually this wouldn't be early for me. I'm an early riser, lots to do, but this whole quarantine situation, my schedule just gotten pushed back and back and back. My sleep is all messed up. If I had known how it's going to feel this morning, I would not have scheduled this live stream yesterday. But once I schedule it, it's scheduled. So my kids are still sleeping because we're on such a late schedule, although they do very shortly have an online chess class that they're taking, which is why at 9 o'clock, which is why I am here, was able to sort of work out to stream this morning. I hope to be done around 10 is the plan. You know how I always go late, but I don't got all day, people. Got lots of stuff to do. So how are you? I hope you're well. So let me sort of set the stage here, set the table, if you will. I have been doing, so if you've never tuned in before, this is the Coding Train. I do have a new sponsor for the Coding Train today, which I will briefly just mention. Oh, wait, I have to go here, and then I have to go here, and then there it is. Notion. I'm waking up, people. I'm actually excited to talk to you about Notion. Notion is a, all my things in the wrong place. Is productivity software that breaks the mold by combining all essential work tools. So I'll come back and talk to you a little bit more about Notion later. I'm slightly allergic to project management systems, and I tend to just email myself things to do. But I've been working with Notion and actually quite enjoying it. So you can check it out at what was it again? Oh, I'm fired. I'm so fired. Bit.ly Notion Coding Train. You can get a free personal plans. They used to be $5 a month, but now you can get a personal plan for free. So go check that out. I will come back and talk a little more about that later. Let's see. So, okay. So also, I don't know what the temperature is outside. I do have one of these old-timey, old-fashioned thermometers downstairs. And I seem to have just gotten a new member because these lights behind me are blinking. Oh, I'm so in the dark. What is going on? Daniel Garden has joined. Wait, I'm all over the place here. Where's my bell? And my random number book? And my music cue? Daniel Garden. Really, you should be a member of the Coding Garden with a name like Daniel Garden. But thank you very much for joining. I'm just about there. You have won, with your membership to the Coding Train, a person sitting in the dark in the morning. It's so bright in here and so hot. What I was going to say is it's like I turned the air conditioning off so it makes a loud noise. But I think I need to turn it back on. So there will be a little bit of a hum in the background for this live stream. And here's your random number, Daniel. 79,454. Thank you. Okay. Daniel Garden is a moderator on the Coding Garden. Excellent. Thank you, Pedro. It's not going very well. It's not going well. Do you think it's going well? I don't think it's going well. Okay, I'm turning the air conditioner back on. Cold for comedy. There's no comedy here. That's, by the way, one of the most frequently commented comments on my videos is, I don't know why you think you're funny. You're not funny. Like, I never said I was funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Not funny. Okay. Now, come on, get into the light. Camera, adjust your white balance thingy, whatever. Well, the sun will rise. It will keep going this way. I know that way is north. So that way is east. Sun rises in the east, right? So it's gonna go like this. Let's see. Yes, Marcos, thank you. Marcos is after my heart with his quote of acting. Thank you. And let's go here. Oh my goodness, my Stream Deck is bugging out. All right. So I was setting the table. The fork, I don't know where the fork, does anybody know how to set the table? I don't. I just put the forks and the plates and the cups. Remember how Coding Train used to be brought to you by water? Those were the days. I had a recording studio. I didn't have all this hair. I was in the light. I didn't know this would happen. The sun is really messing with me. So what I've been doing with these summer live streams, which I actually really quite enjoy, is just working on random stuff. I worked on a Discord bot, trained some machine learning text generation models. We tried playing around with my hue lights, tried the YouTube API. I had a whole list. I don't know where that list went. I mean, I know where it went, but I erased it. So, today, this morning, there are a few kind of random things I want to work on. One is, and let me just bring this up here. Fork and knife to the right, says Frank. Spoon to the left. Thank you very much. Then you put like the salad fork. Does it go like on the top? No. I thought like that's the soup spoon. So one of the things I definitely want to do, I'm really excited about this, is if I come back to the most recent guest conductor video with guest artist Chrissy Brimage, who helped us learn, who taught me and whoever tuned in, Blender, the basics of Blender. I'm just looking and made this like beautiful model of Mew. I made my own model of Mew, which I will show you, which I'm naming Mewtwo. And I want to try importing my model of Mewtwo into processing and see what I can do with that. Let's take a look, by the way, at twitter.com, and let's take a look at MewTrain, because MewTrain is the hashtag for everybody to post their Blender models that they. So if you didn't tune into that stream, go. Usually I don't tell anyone to go back and watch something because, please, don't. But Chrissy is amazing. And that stream was mind-blowing to me, and you should definitely go back and watch it and make your own 3D model in Blender if you've never done that before. You can see this is mine. Isn't it beautiful? Mwah! Oh, Mewtwo, you are my love. Vadim made this incredible Mew, which I don't even understand. There's like shadow and a floor, and there's like a ball over here, and look at these eyes, just gorgeous. This is Juan's tweet, great detailed explanation. Colby's Mew. Marcos's, look at that with the rainbow. Little, I like the arms, like, oh, I'm a T-Rex. But with the rainbow there is amazing. This is the Coding Train's tweet. This is Chrissy's. Oh, so if you're not familiar with Chrissy's artwork, this is a reel of her artwork. It's fantastic. Soren from Denmark followed along, and this was so interesting to me. Like, it never occurred to me that you might like place a reference image in 3D space. It's almost like you're tracing an image or painting by numbers or. And that was really mind-blowing to me. So super fun. I can tell immediately that it's like a thing that I'm not going to be very good at. Like, I have trouble with. It's almost like mechanical, analog, physical things in the world. I have trouble putting them together. Let's just put it that way. But interestingly enough, like in software and coding, it's a thing that it's not that I find it easy, but it's something that that fits with the way that I think and work. And Blender 3D modeling seems to be somewhere in between, because there's a bit of like manual dexterity and sort of artisticness to how you and you can see what I ended up with here. But I actually really love my Mewtwo. Have I lost all my viewers left? Yet? Oh, I can't talk. All right, so that's item number 1 is playing around with Mewtwo in processing. Very excited about that. And now, item number 2. If I go to thecodingtrain.com, my most recent Coding in the Cabana video. I don't know why everyone's telling me it's Selena Gomez's birthday. I've seen this in both the Discord chat and the YouTube chat. I made a video about marching squares. So I would like to look at community contributions to marching squares. If you made your own marching squares variation, you can maybe possibly still get that in right now. And a couple people in the chat asked about the interpolation step, so I'd like to go over that code because it's not something I went over in the video, but it makes quite a difference in the quality of the visuals that you get. So that's probably actually where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with the marching squares and then work on the Mewtwo stuff. The things that I won't get to, but I would like to, are thinking about marching cubes. Like, how would I take the marching squares into 3D? So in marching squares, let me pull up a little diagram here that I know is on the Wikipedia page. All right. Where's my video, people? Should come up. Maybe it hasn't been around long enough. This is the diagram I'm looking at. So with marching squares, there are 16 configurations because there are 4 corners to a square. If each corner has 2 possibilities, that's 2 to the 4th power, or 16. Marching cubes, let's see if there's a similar diagram somewhere that I can find. Here we go. 15. Oh, the originally published 15? But I was going to say there's got to be 256. What is going on here? This is wacko. Wait. Anyway, I have not looked at this in advance. But I was going to assume that with a cube, given that there are 8 corners, and each one could have a 0 or a 1, that there would be 2 to the 8th power, which, if I'm correct, is 256 possibilities. And I believe there are techniques and strategies probably for creating some kind of like lookup table for, based on the configuration, which polygon should be drawn. And there's a cool, of course, there's a video from Sebastian Lag about marching cubes, which I guess we could all watch it together, but there are only 15 unique possibilities. I don't understand that. Oh, because you could rotate it, maybe with rotations. I see. That's interesting. So there must be some way. There's 256, but there are probably each variation can be a rotated version of another one. That must make sense. It's written 256 possibilities. Look at the text beside this image. The algorithm proceeds through the scalar field, taking 8 neighbor locations at a time, determining the polygons needed to represent the part of the isosurface that passes through this cube. Okay. This is done by creating an index to a pre-calculated array of 256 possible polygon configurations. Yeah, by treating each of the 8 scalar values as a bit in an 8-bit integer. So how do I create that array of 256 possible polygon configurations? Is that a thing that I could just pull out of a JSON file? Like, that would be cool, right? Must have made one. Because if that were the case, I feel like I could do this rather quickly. JSON file marching cubes configuration. Lookup table, lookup table. Maybe configuration is wrong. By the way, can I just make a random plug? I'm never able to use Google and search engines the same way after reading this book, Algorithms of Oppression, by Dr. Safiya Umoja Noble. Fantastic book. Highly recommended. I'm part of a book club right now that's reading it and discussing it. It's fantastic. Okay, original marching cubes lookup table. I just want like a data file that has like all of the vertices for me that I can just, maybe that's the thing I should make. How to construct the marching cubes table algorithmically. Why would you want to do this? Well, of course I want to do this. Don't ask me why. Okay, so Simon, thankfully Simon is watching this morning because I know I could use Google or I could just ask Simon. There are 256 possibilities, but there are only 15 unique ones. The others are just rotations and reflections. You can just download the list off the interwebs. Yes, but where? I need a URL, or better yet, I need some keywords to type in to this search engine here to find that for me. But that's not what I'm doing right now. Oh, Paul Bork. Oh my gosh, first of all, speaking of amazing things to plug, I have used this website basically my entire life as a programmer. I think I started using this website probably as early as 2001. You can see this is an article from May 1994. Just about, I mean, I could skip my whole way. I could just basically use Paul Bork's site as the entire means for looking for all of my coding challenges. I probably referenced it a bunch of times. There's so much amazing stuff in here. Highly recommend. An alternative table. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is what I'm looking for. The following code was generated from the above. Here is a table, 256 and 13 points. So what are those 13? I don't have my whiteboard set up. Shoot. I didn't think I would need it today. But clearly if I'm going to talk about marching cubes, I really, really need that whiteboard. Sebastian Lag has a link to a list. All right, let's see. Sebastian Lag marching cubes. Look in here. Project files. Oh, look at this. So there's that link that I was just looking at. Let's see what these two are. And let's take a look at this one. Generating complex procedural trains. Okay. Marching cubes. Right, here's the 15 configurations, a lookup table. Ooh, okay, I should look. This is actually this could be I could make a follow-up coding at the Cabana. There's enough here that I could do that. I don't know that it makes sense for me to really try to do this today. Or I could, when I can get back to, I know a couple of you in the chat mentioned I missed the coding challenges, and I agree. This would be a good sort of coding challenge video. This is the paper that I've already read. This is the GitHub page. So I wonder if in here there is, like somewhere in here, a lookup table. Scripts. Boy, wow, amazing. I guess this is what happens when you code in Unity. All right, so that's great that I found that. Let me put that aside. So we have Mewtwo loading into processing, marching squares looking at community variations and talking about the interpolation step. We have trying to code marching cubes, not going to happen. And then what I was planning to do as my next Coding in the Cabana video is Fractal Flame. So Fractal Flame, and I want to look for the original paper. Here it is. Where's the PDF? Let's see, maybe that will show up if I just put PDF here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So here's the URL if you want to take a look at this yourself. So this is a particular algorithm invented by Scott Draves and collaborator Eric Rocase. And if you go to my Twitter, which is twitter.com/Schiffman. Am I still in the dark? You can see the sun is moving. We'll see here. Oh, first of all, James Schloss from, I don't know how to say this, Leosos, is also working on Fractal Flame. We've been messaging about this. You can see these are results that I've gotten with some of my early experiments, but I'm not entirely sure that I'm doing it correctly. But what I've been reading, I read over this paper, and I'd be happy to start walking through some of the code even in today's live stream. Because I do want to make a video kind of coding this thing from, all the way from nothing to the end. But this paper describes it really quite well. There's a lot of math notation, which can be a little bit intimidating and tricky, but the thing that's always helped me is going to these pseudocode little spots, which really do explain, which are very helpful to me in sort of like figuring out how to write the code for it. And so, and then there's all these different transformation functions where you just take an xy, and so like this is just making a copy of the xy. This is taking the xy and giving you back sine of x, sine of y. So these are things that that looks a little scary, but are actually quite not easy, but are quite transferable into code. But what I wanted to ask about, if anyone's going to look at this later and maybe want to engage with me on Twitter to help, is what I really don't understand is, like, I've gotten my images look, without a lot of the extra sort of like blurring and fancy work with coloring that I think I'm missing, my images look kind of like this. So I think I'm on the right track. However, what I really don't understand is how these images were created. Because, I mean, I don't want to get too far into the weeds with this. Basically, it's a 3-step process. You apply a transformation, then one of these variations, and then another linear transformation, then one of these variations, and another linear transformation. And I get sort of like all sorts of wacky fun results when I'm sort of throwing all the spaghetti at the wall. But this, I feel like I must be missing something, because these particular examples are showing, I can't reproduce these. So that that is something that I would love some help with. If you want to look at my code so far to compare with the paper, if you go to github.com/codingtrain, and I think if I go under repositories, it's probably the most recent one, Fractal Flame right here. So we can see, and I'll just show this to you, by the way. Like, so just look, you'll see. I mean, I've done this in a sort of awkward way, but you can see. So the way that I have this is I have this idea of a class called variation, and it keeps track of its name and some color information and these coefficients for these transformation steps. But then every single one of these variations, like if we look at spherical, v2 of x, the function which gets as input xy returns 1 divided by r squared, which is the magnitude of the vector xy times xy. If we go back to my code and I look for spherical, you can see this is what I'm just doing exactly that, but with vector notation. So v is v dot x, v dot y. R is then magnitude squared, and I return a copy of it divided by r. And so you can see swirl is like, okay, r is magnitude squared, and then I return x times sine of r minus y times cosine of r. And if I went back to the paper and I look for swirl, you can see here's exactly that formula, x times sine of r. I'm saying r for r squared minus y. So, transferring this to P5JS wouldn't be, so first of all, Ashik is asking about translating this to P5JS. That would be somewhat trivial, at least for me, who's so used to like moving back and forth between these two environments. The reason why I would hold off a little bit on that is these images, the way that I'm doing it, take an incredibly long time to render. Let me just pull down my code. I'm talking about this now, so why not go with it? So let me pull down my code and I'll try to run it. Oh wait, hold on. To show you what I mean. And I have to sneeze. A sneeze is coming. Can I try mute my microphone? Put on some music. This is good sneezing music. It won't, now that I said I was going to sneeze, I'm not going to. Okay. So I don't remember where I left this when I committed it. Oops, I can't use the computer today. Thank you. So you can see here, these are all the different variations. So I'm adding them all in, creating a pixel map, and there's a lot to talk about with this. But let me just run it, see what happens. See what we get. So you can see this is how long it's taking to render. What just happened? Did something go crazy with the sound? Oh, so there you go. There you see the image I got. But the reason why is it has done a total of 100 million points, and I'm doing 1 million points per frame. So that's why I'm able to draw this loading bar. And like, if I just change this to like 1 million points and like 1,000 points per frame, well, this is silly. It doesn't need to take this long. Now I'm just animating it for no reason. So let's do all the points per frame. I just want to see what I get. Actually, that's not so bad. So, but the amount of detail and the quality of the image is not as fleshed out, if you will, as it really requires like a lot of points. So let me put back to 100 million points, and we'll let this render. Certainly a job for the graphics card makes sense. There probably is a way. So anyway, I would like to make a video to, and this is what I was thinking of doing as a Coding in the Cabana video, but I'm not, ooh, I like that one. I'm not entirely sure I've gotten this right. So, and often with the Coding in the Cabana videos, like, I don't really practice or figure it out in advance. But this one, like, I was reading the paper and thinking, okay, well, I'll just read the paper and then I'll go do it. A coding challenge, that's how I would do it. But this one, I'm really intrigued by, and I couldn't resist, and plus I feel like I need to prepare for it. So anyway, that's there for you to look at. Stay tuned. I will come back and hopefully you'll see a video about this, maybe even in August, because if I'm going to do this Coding in the Cabana video, I've got to record it this week. Marcos in the chat is asking, was this linear or did you add a transformation function? So the way that I'm doing this, and let's see if I can kind of show it in the paper. So the way that this works is it's a 3-step process where first you apply a transformation, a pre-transformation. So there's a post-transform, which is right here, and let's see if there's a pre-transform. So each one of these transformations, you have an input x, y, and then you have coefficients a, b, c, d, e, f. And so you say a times x plus b times y plus c. This is like applying a matrix transformation. I think this is kind of like similar to what I've done in some of those matrix transformation videos I've made. So there's 6 coefficient. That's the pre-transform. And then there is also a post-transform, which is here. Again, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. But whatever, 6 more coefficients. So that's the pre and post. And in between those two, you are applied one of these variations. So in my code, again, I'm not entirely sure I'm doing this correctly, but in my code, if I look at the variation code, I have a function called flame where I get an input vector. That's an input x and y. So you can think of anything that's a p vector as an x and y, and I apply a pre-transformation to that. Then I apply one of the variation functions to it. Then I apply the post-transformation. And that's just, I have an array of coefficients, coefficient 0 times x, 1 times y plus 2, 3 times x plus 4 times y plus 5. And then I return that vector. And then when I create a variation, I make those arrays. They each have 6 things in it, and I just pick the coefficients randomly. So, breaking news. What's this? Is this what I'm looking for? My Marching Cubes lookup table, Simon? I can't really get to it easily on the computer where I'm looking at the chat. You might have to tell me more what that is. So that's how I'm doing it. So I'm doing a pre-transformation step, applying any one of these variations. Like you can see, this sinusoidal one is very simple. It's just sine of x, sine of y, and then a post-transformation step. What I could do here is I could show you, like, what happens if I just do linear? And let's just do like 10 million instead of, so it's a little faster. So I get nothing. I've got nothing. Is it because I have so few points? Lars is making an excellent comment in the chat about the marching squares video. Would you mind adding that as a GitHub issue on codingtrain/website, or just leaving it as a comment on the actual YouTube video itself? I'd like to return to that. So I'm not getting anything. Let's try, like, what if I do just swirl? So this is why I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Oh, it's a triangulation table. Okay, thank you, Simon. I can get to it from there. So I'm not getting anything for these if I just use one variation. Maybe that's correct, but it's clearly not, because in the paper, described in the paper, there are these really nice examples of these visualizations of the singular variation. I would really like to be able to reproduce these. So I feel like until I can reproduce those diagrams, I'm not ready to make that Coding of the Cabana video, because I'm not entirely sure I'm doing this in the correct way. Now, fortunately, the creator of this algorithm themselves, Scott Draves, messaged me on Twitter and said they would look at code. So maybe I'll hear from Scott Draves. Let me see if I can pull up what Simon created really quickly. Just.github.com/Simon Tiger. I hope you made it public, otherwise I won't be able to get it. Yep. So this is an array of configurations. Each configuration is another array. The numbers are the vertices of the cube. Every triplet of numbers represents a triangle. Oh, fantastic. I think I understand how to use this. I'm not entirely sure, but this is perfect. Thank you, Simon. I feel like maybe I've got till 10, and if, you can see I've done nothing. It's 8:40. I'm just talking. Swayam is saying, how do you choose which variation to apply? Great question. Let me go back to my Fractal Flame code. So let's say I put all the variations back in. The way I'm running the code, and you can create a more sophisticated probability map, but I am picking one of these randomly. So I have all of these variations in an array list of variations, and then each frame I pick a random number between 0 and the size of the array list. Then I pick that variation, and then I apply that variation to the current vector, and I have a new vector. So this is an iterated function system. By the way, I should have led with this. The prerequisite, so to speak, for this particular algorithm, if you want to like, before you read the Fractal Flame paper and look at my code, you should look at Coding Challenge 123, the Chaos Game, Part 1 and Part 2. Because essentially a Fractal Flame is an augmentation of exactly this particular algorithm, the Chaos Game. So, but there's the addition of these nonlinear transformations with polar coordinates and sine and cosine and all sorts of other extra stuff, and mixing and matching. So you can see if I just did a sort of more, you can get these very specific fractal algorithms like the Sierpinski triangle with applying just a singular linear transformation. Okay. So, Alka is here. Hello. I haven't seen Alka in a while, or maybe I'm just not paying enough attention. Nice to see you here. All right. Where was I? At 9 o'clock, I'll be taking a short break. I'm going to make sure my kids get set up with their chess class. Oh, by the way, is anybody a Roblox player out there? Because I am learning Roblox coding, and my kids and I are making a Roblox game. They made one called Sword Blocks. I don't know how to find it. Maybe if when they're in here, I'll ask. How do I? If I could find, I think the username on Roblox. Can I find? Oh, I don't want to log in. If I know their username, is there a URL that I can just go to their page? This is really. All right, I'll come back to that. I'll look for it when I take a break. show you their Roblox game. They wanted people to play it, but it's not really ready yet. So, okay, Alka is confirming that I do pay attention. Alka has not been around that much. Okay, welcome back. All right, let's get to the good stuff. Let's start looking at some of the variations that so first of all, we got a little thing go. So thank you to Violet, who does, and so many people, Nico and many others as well. But I wanted to thank Violet in particular. They do a lot of work on the Coding Train website and GitHub repositories, and created a new methodology for when a coding video has many examples involved. That here's all the P5 versions. You can download the code, view the code, go to the web editor. Here's all the processing versions. I love that it has the little logo. This is mostly, it doesn't look so crazy, because if I go to like a particular video, like let's say I just go to tic-tac-toe, like we just got this one, P5JS. So it looks sort of normal. And then I think we recently realized, like, oh, this particular coding in the Cabana example has so many. So I think it might be nice to redo this design a little bit. If anybody's a designer out there or has some ideas, maybe it makes more sense to compact this horizontally and like just put it up here. I don't know. But so if you have ideas about that, but that's why there's this sea of examples, and I'm going to come to some of them. But we don't have. I didn't do a big push in Discord. I know that Kobe has really helped with this in the past, of getting people to post, encouraging people to post their contributions. Even if you just play with one of the examples, you change some colors. I think one thing that you could really try that I didn't, that I wish I had emphasized in the video, is change what's being drawn. You have 8 possible configurations for what you would draw in a square. You don't have to draw the lines exactly like that. You could draw circles, you could draw triangles, you could draw the lines in the wrong places. Like, what kind of patterns would you get? So I encourage you to make your own version of it. But let's look at what people have created. So first, let's look, I don't know, so some of these I might not be able to run. For example, I don't know that I can easily run Python Pygame, although that would be fun to try to figure out right now. But let's look at RE24's source code. And, well, thank you, Ari, for your beautiful community contribution. Let's just look at it, Python. So this is cool because what Ari seems to have done here is write their own vector, like P5 vector, ported P5 vector to Python. That is so cool. Lerp, right? All the functions are here. That is amazing. Great job. I think a train whistle for that, for sure. That is wonderful. So that's really nice to see. If I knew how to run Pygame quickly, I would run this. So again, I know I've mentioned this, but something you can do that I would recommend, Ari, if you're watching, is add a README file. And then in the README file, you can embed an image. And so that way, if somebody's looking at it, coming to there, and they want to see, like, you could explain a little more about it. You know, I don't know how much traffic these community contributions generate, but that's what I would want to see. If I'm browsing the internet and looking for different examples, and I wasn't familiar with Pygame, that I would want to see a README file there with some annotations. So it's as easy as pip install Pygame. Okay. Marching squares in a Perlin noise field. Let's take a look at that. So maybe, by the way, I should very briefly just show the example from the video. So this is the example from the video, just so we can sort of get a sense of what people have done that's different. This is just the raw marching squares algorithm over a field of open simplex noise. So let's go back and look at Greg Kreisman's marching squares in a Perlin noise field. Oh, cool. Ooh, look at this. So anytime I see some sliders, I get very excited. And that means I can play with this in real time. Zoom. So that's cool because, what I like about this, I like the fact that I see the full square there. And, you know, it's so interesting about this algorithm. It looks like these continuous paths, but really they only connect because of the sort of cleverness of the algorithm, if you will. Really, each square is looked at individually with a line drawn. So that's what I mean. What would happen if you just drew the lines in a completely different way? I think that's some creative possibility, artistic possibilities here. Let me zoom all the way back out. Oh, cool. And what does this one do? The noise step. Oh, so that's just like how fast. So one of the things that's interesting about Perlin noise, I don't know how well we'll be able to see this. So this, wow, it looks like, is it just me or are we panning over the noise field vertically? I think we are. That's a pretty interesting way of doing this. Also, which is totally fine, but one of the things that I did in my video is oh no, maybe this is just because of the zoom. Yeah, that's just because of the zoom. The zoom level I had, it didn't make it all the way to the edge. just will you bear with me for a moment? The sneeze is making. Was I muted all that time? Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So a couple things. One is I don't know whether this is this says Perlin noise, which I know there's a lot of not controversy, so to speak, but there's a lot of different stages of development that Perlin noise, that the sort of Perlin noise went through. So in processing and P5. When I say Perlin noise, I'm really referring back to the sort of classic early 1980s Perlin noise algorithm. But that particular algorithm has a lot of sort of repeating patterns in it and has a different quality than open simplex noise. So that's one thing I was curious to see if we could notice. But also, the way that I animate is, the way that I animated in my example is by using the third dimension to sort of step through slices of noise, 2D noise in a 3D space, whereas this looks like it's taking noise in a 2D space and panning down that. But I'm not entirely sure that's true. I mean, we could look at the code. Let's look at the code. And let's see where there, yeah. So this is using just the noise function in P5, and it says noise Z, and Z is, interesting, going up by rows. So I think that's sort of like, it looks like this is one-dimensional noise somehow, but the way that it's like being used is maybe going over the columns and then sort of panning. I don't know. Oh, Gregory's in the chat. So that's my question for Gregory in the chat, is this is a surprise to me to see only one argument here in the noise function. If you look, for example, at my code, and again, I'm not saying one's a correct way or an incorrect way of doing it. That's no such thing. I love the quality, this like panning quality that's happening. It's quite beautiful and unique. I just am interested in comparing it. So if I go back to mine, and I go here to web editor, and I look for, where am I calculating noise, right? I am my noise function has 3 arguments, X, Y, Z. By the way, the sun has now moved and I'm in the light again, it would appear. Simon is, by the way, I missed something in Ari's Python contribution. I would love to go back to it, but I'll just mention it. One of the things that it always makes it tricky in processing or P5 in Java or JavaScript is with vectors, you have to use these add functions or call these functions to do vector math. You can't use the plus, minus, multiply operators, but in Python you can overload those operators, so you can actually say vector 1 plus vector 2. I'm not saying an answer to this question, which is fine. I don't need one right now, but that's an interesting difference to note. Okay, let's come back to Oh, another Python one. Okay, I might have to figure out how to run some Python stuff today since there's two of them. I just did the most simple noise from one dimension. Yes, so that's interesting because Gregory figured out something very, very clever, and I'd have to go back and really unpack the code a bit more. But it never occurred to me that there might be a method for using one-dimensional noise, but spreading it out over a two-dimensional field, and then even animating it over time. And I think there must be some combination of using like a global starting variable and then incrementing over the 2D space and then moving the starting variable with each frame of animation. Super interesting technique. Okay, let's look at Marching Squares with 3D Perlin Noise by Josh. Oh, great. See? README file. That's a ding and a train whistle for both Gregory and Josh here. So first of all, rainbow colors. Mwah! You had me at rainbow colors. I love how you figured out to sort of like fill in this area. And that's really quite, and fill it in with this sort of rainbow gradient. That's very unique. Weighted colors based on average of each cell's corners. It looks a bit smoother, but the GIF has some quality loss. Oh, look at that. So that's interesting. So I think a lot of times, just by varying the drawing style and the color, you can come up with some really unique artistic variations of the sort of core algorithm. So I really appreciate that. Here's some terrain deformation. Oh, look at that. So that's kind of cool to like just use it to create this terrain, and then it's almost like it's like food that this little square is running around and eating. Whoa. Oh, didn't make it, yeah. So this is what I was assuming I would get if I take marching squares into marching cubes and run it over like a 3D open simplex noise field. This is what I was kind of assuming I'd get. So I'd love to tackle that. I don't know when. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I wonder. Wonder. So thank you for this. This is fantastic. I love that you have the documentation and the code that people can look at. Beautiful work. And we've got one more here by Fan by Principle. Marching squares with square contours. P5JS. So, oh yeah, so this is what I was saying. So I love this. So this is the idea of instead of using the original sort of like ISO lines that go from the midpoints, what this variation does by Fan by Principle is uses like straight horizontal and vertical lines, which has a really nice quality to it. It feels very kind of retro in a way. Switch solution. Wait, where's my mouse? So now we see the original and switch background. Oh, look at that. So that's really nice to see. Thank you for this. These are wonderful. So I tend to try. I really do try to look at all of these. I do miss some, I know that David isn't here for this live stream, but I'm going to pull up something. So let's just say that you are watching today. You didn't realize that you could submit your own community contribution and have it appear on this page. So the links you want to look at are this. You can also add your own version, see how. So I think if I click on see how, this will give a bit of a page. I have a little video walkthrough that you can watch. I think it's still innate, and then there's a little bit of a text explanation for how to do it. If I click on this link, add your own version, it's going to take me right to the page that you need to edit. It's actually going to open it up as, so you do, the only thing you need is you do need to sign up for a GitHub account. There's probably some way to do it without signing up for a GitHub account. I don't know what that is. And there, it's confusing, which uses this weird markup language called YAML, yet another markup language, or I think there's some other variations of that, YAML. But basically, you need to follow this format of under, where is it? Under contributions? Where is that? Contributions. you can see that you just need a title, an author with a name and a URL, and a source. Oh, but you can also have a URL for your project, and then a source URL. So, it's tricky. So what I would do is I would just take this, I would copy it, I would like sort of paste it in here. I would try to get the indentation to be the same, and I would say like Marching Wacky Cubes. And I would put my name, Daniel Schiefman, and I would change the URL and stuff. And then I would go down here, and I would hit, it wants me to be able to commit it directly. It's not going to let you do that. It's going to create a new branch and start a pull request, and you can follow through. I'm not going to do this right now, follow through these steps. It looks like, oh my God, am I going to break things? Am I going to do it wrong? Is someone going to yell at me? Am I doing it? Don't worry. Think of hearts and rainbows when you're on the Coding Train GitHub. We are here, I'm saying we being the community and some people that are specifically help maintain the repos along with myself, are here to help, are here to encourage you, are here to welcome you in with open arms if you've never filed a pull request before. If your variation is exactly the same as the example, well, that's fine too. There's no threshold of achievement. We just want you to share and feel a sense of accomplishment and participation in the community. So I really encourage you to do so, no matter your experience level, no matter your background. If you run into any issues, I guess probably emailing info@thecodingtrain.com is an email address, but you can tweet at Schiefman or at the Coding Train, and you can also. But really, what I would say, if you want to help in particular with GitHub and submitting your contribution, I'm going to leave this page. The best way to do that is to go to the issues page and click New Issue. So you could click New Issue, and you could say, I would love some help. And then you could write, here is my question that I would love help with. Now, one thing I'll say is, this isn't really the place for getting help with debugging your code. What I mean more is like help making a contribution or a pull request. If you want help debugging your code or have a code question, the best place for that is actually the Discord. And so I think I have a little button here. If all goes well, the Discord will now appear in the chat, appeared twice. You can join the Discord, and there's a lot of help channels there where the community will answer questions. Okay, that's marching squares. It is 9 o'clock. It is time. Look at me on schedule, sort of. It is time for me to check in with my children and their chess class. But hey, here's my segue. I found a new way to stay on task and stay on schedule. And so I'm so excited to tell you about a new sponsor for the Coding Train. And I'm going to press the button correctly. Notion. The thing that I'm really excited about this is I don't even have to ask you to buy anything. Of course, there are premium plans and different things that you can get. But with Notion, which is a productivity software that breaks the mold by combining all essential work tools, notes, docs, databases. Did I say databases? Databases. You know the way that I'm using it right now? So if you're a Coding Train member, you're probably missing your rewards. I'm supposed to mail you a sticker or a notebook. I do have piles of envelopes and labels. I have these new thank you cards over here. I'll give you a little more of a close-up view of it. These thank you cards that I'm sending out. I'm so late with these, and I'm so sorry. But one of the ways I'm organized with it now is I have all of the members' names in a Notion database. And with the addresses I need to send stuff to, I can check off when it's done. So I am getting organized with Notion. Let me click over to here. So Notion works like a box of software Legos, letting you flexibly stack these tools however you want to build your own productivity system. So it used to be that to get a personal plan, it was $5 a month, but now all personal plans are free forever. So free users will be able to add as many blocks as they like to their personal Notion database. Students are using Notion for class notes, managing tasks, organizing job applications. You can learn about this at notion.so/students. High school and college educators use Notion to create syllabi, communicate with their students, and easily publish information on the web. Guess what? I'm not a high school, I am a college educator, in addition to just playing one on TV, YouTube. Oh, I hear the chess class has started. Can you hear it? Oh, and I've got a new member. So I didn't actually even realize that till I started looking into Notion. That's something I will definitely consider. Maybe there's a way that I can even spin up a coding train course using Notion. That might be fun to try. This is what, there's a mobile app. This is what it looks like on the mobile app. I have to say, like I was saying earlier, that the way that I have traditionally kept track of my task list and to-do list is by just emailing myself or use a text file. Once I tried using GitHub for a while. It didn't really issues with my to-do list, but I'm really excited. I've been trying in the last couple of weeks since Notion got in touch with setting up and keep with a to-do list, and it's working quite well. But really, the game changer for me has been organizing all of the Coding Train member rewards and things like that. So Notion is great for the office, has been used by the Wall Street Journal, Verizon, and even Pixar. I love Pixar. Create a company wiki, see database, wiki, I love these terms. I have a feeling that there's an API, or Notion is working on an API. I feel like I saw something on the website. That's something that would be really exciting to me if I could, as a coder and programmer, work with it that way. So you can answer questions at scale, onboard new employees, and track every project, catalog, logos, fonts, and assets. So thank you so much to Notion for being a sponsor of the Coding Train. I'm gonna take a short break and check on my kids and their chess class, about 5 minutes. And if you're interested in checking it out, please go to bit.ly Notion Coding Train, because that will let them know that you found it through the Coding Train. And just it's a little bit you can do to that helps me out as well. Okay. That's all I have to say, and I will be back in just a short bit. And the laptop sound is not working. Where is the music? What happened here? There we go. Okay, I'll be right back. And we're back. How's it going? I just made it just back. The whole time, thank you Notion again, bit.ly Notion Coding Train. The whole time I was trying to log into my Roblox account and the password wasn't working. I was trying to reset the password. I failed. Oh well. I believe my Roblox username is actually Coding Train. No, I don't mean it's actually Coding Train. I mean it's actually Coding Train. The word actually, Coding Train. And if I could log into that, I could find. I think I'm in my kids. They're like game studios called Ducky Studio, and then there's a game in there called Sword Blocks. I couldn't find it. Sometime in the future, I will come back and live stream some Roblox coding. In fact, I've been, just as a little plug, I've been watching the Alvin Blocks YouTube channel. I'm a member of the Alvin Blocks YouTube channel and part of their Discord, where I've been learning Roblox coding. So my Roblox game development empire is starting now and probably not going to happen. There was something else that I wanted to just mention. Yes. So where am I off to next on the coding train? Alka says, I hope you look at my marching squares. It's not finished, but it's a nice effect. Oh, was there another contribution that I missed? I don't know where I find it. Is there a pull request open? Aha. Oh, wait. Opened 43 minutes ago. I don't see Alka. Oh. So, unfortunately, if you send it to me in the Discord, there's no way for me to access it on the stream. That's way too much technology for me. I have the link on this computer right over here, and there's just no way I could ever possibly get it onto this computer. I mean, I could type it in manually, so please add it as an issue. If you want to just put it as an issue here, I will look at it. But let's look at these two. Update marching squares. So one of the things that I really ask people to do, and no worries, sruckshan98, it's not entirely clear, but in addition, if you could, the reason why the template has this part in it is please add a link to it here, because this way I could just click on it right here to look at it. Otherwise, I have to go into here, then I have to find it here, then I have to sort of manually copy it out, which is no problem, just a little bit of an extra step. But let's take a look at this. Cool. So this is Marching Squares playable. Oh, look at that. I can, with the keyboard, I can move this little dot around. Super fun. And I think this was done with TypeScript. Train whistle for TypeScript. Great work. Thank you for sharing that. And next, we have so same thing, Oli Holy. Please, when you file your issue, if you could also just link to the project right here. That way, I see it, I click on it, because honestly, like, they come onto my email. And I can just click on it and look at it in my email. Otherwise, I got to go to the web page and click around. Thank you, my anime Jim. Mwah, very kind of you. And I'm going to go here to interpolated contour lines. Oh, I like the sound of this. And let's run this. Whoa! Whoa, that is really cool. Oh, I love that. So I'm curious, like, how did you create the number field to make this kind of pattern? I mean, it has a very simplexy, noisy-like quality, but it's different. Let's see if we can take a quick peek here. Let me move myself up here for a second. So where is the field? Oh, it's just using a different set of values for noise, and I guess with interpolation and the colors, it really has a different quality to it. So that's amazing to me that this is using basically the exact same code, but just through tweaking different parameters and using color in a creative way. I really thought, like, oh, there's something different underlying here. So that's wonderful. Um, issue, Alka's version is now as an issue. And let's work in progress marching squares contribution. And let's go over here on, oh, I love that. Let's take a look. Whoa. That is wild. So I assume there's some kind of like interesting blending that's going on. I love the sort of like 3D quality to this. It's really lovely. I feel like it's like a little portals into another dimension are being opened up for me to look through. Quite beautiful. So what I wanted to mention is I do try to look at these community contributions, and this reminded me that if I go back to the issues, Gypsy Dangerous here, a Coding Train contributor and viewer and member, created this wheel of contributions, which randomly picks. So we're going to look, I'm going to just do one because I want to move on to importing a 3D model into processing. That'll be kind of where I finish off today. So what this does is it looks back through all of the contributions that I have never shown on a live stream. It loads, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of them randomly. And then I can spin the wheel. Wow, that's right on the line. Looks like it's in the red. Well, actually, we can tell it's in the red because the background is red. So I can also say remove and view selected. And what we've got is Asteroid Field by Bossy Smacks. The original challenge is this one. Ah, this is coding challenge number 1, which was done in, I just, like, when was this done? Let's go over to YouTube. How long ago? Look at me. Look at this youthful, glowing, short-haired. Oh, it was a simpler time back in April 2016. Oh, boy. Get me a time machine now. Oh, boy. Let's go back to April 2016. Things will turn around. I am hopeful. First coding challenge. This guy has to be the happiest developer alive. That's very kind of you. And now, I still have some sleep in my eyes, I think. Or my glasses just need to be cleaned. What was I doing? Okay, we're looking at this contribution. There it is. So let's take a look at the asteroid field, which is a variation of the star field example. Oh, awesome. Oh, this is such a perfect transition to talking about 3D, because it looks like to me that these are little like 3D models. I don't know how. I'm sure there's a way that I could get to the source code since this is hosted on Glitch. Oh boy, do I have some interesting Glitch tutorials coming up for you in the fall. I have figured out how to run a Twitter bot off Glitch with webhooks and reply, all this stuff. Oh, I'm so excited about it. If you want to like enter into a very random, I know I'm just like a Mr. Tangent today. I guess I'm always that way. Go up. And just to go onto a completely other tangent, Austin is asking me if I've checked out Stand Up Math's video on complex Fibonacci numbers. No, but everybody keeps telling me to. Maybe that should just be my next Coding in the Cabana video that was suggested. Yeah, 2016 was pretty bad also. Okay, no, anyway. What I'm... Time out. Focus. I've got 40 minutes left. What I love about this is it looks like it's taking that star field example, which was just using 2D dots, and maybe replacing them with 3D models or something that has a more of an asteroid-like quality to it. I think I could probably move over to Glitch and find the source code, but thank you. If you, Bossy, happen to be in the chat, please say hello, but I'm gonna move on. So, close a bunch of these windows. That was when I tried to use a timer. I will get back to doing coding challenges again. Some people, it's interesting the feedback that I get. It's very mixed in terms. I think mostly the feedback I get is positive. Thank you very much. People like the Coding with Cabana videos. They like the coding challenge videos. Some people seem to very strongly prefer the coding challenge style of just like in a studio with green screen, coding. Some people like the sort of Zen quality of, I don't think it's very Zen, but the different style of the Coding with Cabana with a bit more editing and being sort of in this outdoor space. My plan was always to do both, but I'm having trouble finding the time these days. Okay. Oh, it wasn't 2020. Sorry, I get everything wrong. Deep breath. All right, we are here, ready to load Mewtwo into processing. And let's make a world of flocking Mewtwo's. That's what I'm going to attempt to do in about the next 40 minutes. And I will hope that you will take so if you want to follow along and make your own version, the first thing you'll need to do is go back and watch this Blender tutorial from Chrissy. One of the things I really want to get into a better habit of is if I just put time codes in the video description, it will make it into chapters and you could find the specific things you're looking for. I have a lot of people who work on different Coding Train projects and nobody at the moment is doing that. So I would welcome that as a contribution. It's something that I would actually be quite open to hiring somebody to do, to like sort of go through the back catalog and time code everything. But at this point, but also I would take a volunteer. So we could sort of think about, if anybody's interested in that, get in touch. But I wanted to also just give a shout out because this fundraiser is still going. The Tender Foundation, which is an organization that supports mothers in need in Atlanta, Georgia. You can still donate. We reached the goal for the Coding Train match, but I'm sure the Tender Foundation would appreciate additional donations if you feel so inclined and are able to donate. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up Blender. I can't believe I'm opening up Blender. Wait, what happened? Is Blender gone? Finder, applications, Blender. I don't know what happened. It's like, let's see if it runs. I do not have to, oh, you know what happened? That's so weird. Hold on, I think I can fix this. Hold on. Give me a moment here. Talk amongst yourselves. This is the worst. Let's open up Blender. All right, any second now. Oops. No, don't duplicate. Ah, stop. I can't believe what I'm doing right now. You don't want to know. Permissions. Permissions. All say my permissions. After all of that. All right, let's just reinstall it. Why do you forsake me? Replace. Wow. K. Weekman joined. as a patron after watching the Menger Sponge Challenge. When was that? Let's first of all see if, do I appear? No. Oh! April 17th. You've been a patron since 2016? Oh, that was Coding Challenge number 2. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you, K Weekmon. Maybe the longest, I don't know who the longest patron is. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's a thing I can look up, I'm sure. You're definitely in the running. By the way, I paid my children in Robux to decorate all of these. So last night they were up very late at night coloring and decorating these. Lovely children they are. Ethan writes, "Hey Dad, what you coding?" The funny thing is my son and I have a joke, which is that I like to say things like, "Son, I'm going to teach you a life lesson," and then he just starts to laugh, falls on the floor laughing because it's so ridiculous. No one takes me seriously. All right. What was I doing? Oh yes, reinstalling Blender. Let's see. Let's see. How did that go? All my sound effects are in different places now. Yes, open. Blender! Okay, so now let's open up, I think this is my model, Coding Train model, which should be called Mewtwo. Ah. Wait, what's happening? Let me close this. There's Mewtwo. So what I need to do is export. Irakli asks, is there a Discord without Patreon? Yes, there is. I'm giving you the link right now. So one of the things I'm not sure about is, well, let's just see what happens. So this is Mewtwo. Let's select, and let's go to File, Export, and I'm going to export as an OBJ. So I'm exporting as an OBJ. And then, oh, and I think I already did this, fortunately, but I spelled it wrong. I spelled it Mewtwo with C-H-E-W. That's hilarious. Let's spell it correctly. Mewtwo. Coding Train Desktop, that works. Export. Oh, wait, hold on. Are there things? Selection only. Objects as OBJ objects. Scale, path mode. I don't know what any of this stuff means. I don't know what any of this stuff means. So so let's just see. Export object. Okay, there we go. So now I should have on the desktop. Here is, so there's the OBJ file. What's interesting is to look at these files. So let's look at these files in Visual Studio Code, which of course is not a thing. That's open right here. So let's open desktop. Let's look at these two files. So a couple things. One is, so the MTL file, and by the way, this is all totally new stuff to me. I don't really know what I'm talking about. This is the material file. So it has information about the material. Well, somebody in the chat will explain what material means. But more, what I'm kind of fascinated by is the OBJ file. So the OBJ file is literally just a list of vertices. X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z. So it seems like, oh, I'm exporting this file. Like, we could write our own code that comes up with a 3D shape, calculates all these vertices, writes it out to an OBJ file, and then imports it into, say, a program like Blender or any other 3D modeling program. So usually the way that I the only way that I've known how to do things is by working in code and exporting that way an OBJ file. But now, the difference here is I have, with my bare hands, really the mouse, modeled out of digital clay the beautiful, wonderful Mewtwo character. I love you, Mewtwo. If I ever get another pet, its name is definitely going to be Mewtwo. Gloria. Where's Gloria? Are you around here? No, Gloria's not here. Gloria's usually sitting right next to me this whole time. I don't know where she went. But anyway, Gloria, if I ever get you a doggy brother or sister, Mewtwo will be its name. I don't know if my kids will go with that. But now, this looks right. I should be able to import this into processing. So let's close out Fractal Flame. Please get in touch if you work on GitHub or Twitter. If you go back and if you were watching my discussion of Fractal Flames and have any answers or thoughts for me, I'm gonna hit Don't Save. I think what I'll do is, let me create a new sketch. Mewtwo Flock. And let's add setup. Let's add draw. We'll make a nice window. I don't know what. For old time's sake, we'll say background 51. And oh, this is definitely going to need to use the 3D renderer. And then I want to make a folder called data. And what I want to do is get my model and bring it in and put it in the data folder. Oh, do you hear that little bwang, bwang? I think that sound effect is happening. It's very exciting. Bwang. Apple, if you want to get in touch and need somebody to record some new sound effects for you, every time somebody drags and moves a file, you could have bwang, bwang. Just think about it. Give me a call. I'm available. Bwang. So now I should be able to say P shape Mewtwo, I think, and Mewtwo equals load shape, and then just the name of the file, Mewtwo.obj, and then translate to the center and draw Mewtwo. So this should be the basic code for loading an OBJ file into processing and displaying it. What's the chance? Oh, that you always have been hearing that sound effect? That's so funny. I just have never heard it in my monitor before, so I set things up in a different way. Wait, I think that's Mewtwo there. There's Mewtwo. Oh, oh, oh. I need a like heavenly oh sound. I don't have that. Do I have anything that fits? Yeah, there's Mewtwo. Hey Mewtwo, good looking. No, that doesn't work. Oh, that was weird. Oh, that made me very uncomfortable. Okay, so I think I just need to say scale to make Mewtwo bigger. Ah, there's Mewtwo. Ooh, let's add some lights. There we go. Oh, it's upside down. Let's say translate 1, -1. That flips the world. Has Y point up. No? Do I need to do that first? Wait, I'm confused. Why is Mewtwo upside down? Mewtwo, you're upside down. Oh, were you not upside down before and I was just confused? I'm so confused. Let's, should I just use PZCam here? Let me do a rotation. Angle equals 0. Rotate Y angle. Angle plus equal like some small rotation. Oh no, Mewtwo is not reference point around the center. Oh, did I write scale? Oh, I have scale 100 here. I think if I do this. Whoa. Yeah, so I flipped Mewtwo around. The lights are weird. But Mewtwo is not... Oh, so how... Someone's going to have to help me figure out how to do this in Blender. Shoot. I think... Okay, let me go back to Blender. Oh, where's Chrissy? Chrissy! Go, Chrissy! Phone a friend. So Frank is asking, you didn't have to write all the code to read the points and connect them. Right. So I didn't have to do that. So this is a great question. So I was showing you what's in the OBJ file, and I could parse it and create all the geometry myself, and that would be a super exciting, fascinating thing to do. However, that's what processing has built into it, a P-shaped class, and it knows how to read OBJ files and render that geometry. So I'm making use of that. I have to make the object to the origin. Select the object and Alt-G, says Marcos. Okay. So Alt is probably Option. Select, Option G. Womp, womp. Maybe I have to group it first. Is there a way to like group it? How do I group? G? Oh no, that's what I... No. I mean, I could just take this now and move it back. And then maybe the center is the head. How to set mesh origin. Alt-G won't do it. Okay, hold on. Okay. Press F3 and origin to geometry. I don't have F3. You think I have an F3 button on this Apple keyboard? I've got this magical touchpad that blinks and blinks. It gives me emojis. I do have an escape button. Thank goodness. But there's no F3. Good luck finding the F3 function. Oh, there we go. Function. Never knew how to do this before. F3. F3, origin to geometry. Origin, snap cursor to world origin. A to select all. Shift S. Actually, I think I've seen this. Shift S. Ah. Which one of these? Cursor to world origin. No? Did that do it? Cursor to selected. Selection to cursor. That's kind of like what I did before. Shift S, right origin. Okay, which one now, people? This is definitely. Search for it. No. Why search when I have a chat with 520 people watching? Who are you people? What is going on? Usually this, I like very specifically did not promote this stream at all because I was like, I don't really want anybody to tune in. I need to be in object edit mode first. Object, I forgot tab gets me to edit mode, right? I thought it was tab. Am I in edit mode? Oh yeah, wish I was on a call. Wait, Solar Liner, we can make this happen. We can make a call happen. Selection to cursor, keep offset, okay? So, oh, this one. Thank you. Boom. Did that do it? Selection to cursor. I'm doing it over and over again. All right, I'm gonna hope that worked. This is so frustrating. Sorry, Solar Liner. Okay, let's see if that worked. File, export. I'm reading your chat, Solar Liner. I'm reading it directly. But maybe I got it right now. Let's Mewtwo, let's replace. Oh, whoops. Okay, hold on. Export. OBJ. Let's set it to documents, processing, Mewtwo flock, data. Let's see if this did it. Oh, where'd Mewtwo go? Oh, I wrote translate one. I see. Translate. It should have been scale. All right, let's make this call happen. Solar Liner. I can get you, but the problem is I don't think I can. People can hear you, but let's see. Solar Liner. Let's go into a voice channel. Did you friend request me? Okay. Where are you? Solar Liner. We're gonna make this happen. Just go into the okay, hold on. Solar Liner, let's make this call thing happen. Disable. How do I find my friend requests? Friend, Solar Liner. Oh, wait, okay. Hold on. I'm a professional live streamer, people. I've lost where I am. Okay. Solar Liner, view profile, send message. Hello. Okay, now call. Hello. Uh-oh. Okay, wait. Can people hear? Your audio is very unclear to me. I cannot hear it. Okay, I have to hang up. I can't hear you at all. Hello? Oh, that's much better. All right, hold on. Let me see if, hold on. I'm going to see if your audio will go into the stream. All right, now say something.
I will say something. 1, 2.
Okay, hold on. Way too loud. Try again.
1, 2.
Okay, so Solar Liner audio is now in the stream. And I'm also going to screen share with you so you can see what I'm doing without the delay. So hold on a second. Start my OBS virtual camera. Oh, not screen share, turn on camera. And then, I don't know why it's reversed. So horizontal flip. Okay, so can you see in Discord now? And hear me still?
In Discord, it is flipped in Discord on my end.
Okay, I should have fixed it now. Oh, it's flipped on your end. Is it not flipped now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
there you go. I
Okay.
think it flips your preview. Not
Okay, we've got a spontaneous guest here who knows Blender, and is going to. So you can see my Blender screen now. Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay, tell me what to do. This is very exciting.
All right, so you have basically what's happening is that I don't know if you see, but you have two, it shows when you select the meshes, you have orange points.
Yes.
Those orange points represent the origin of each of the meshes.
Got
and
it.
They're like offset, they're like in weird place because what happened during the last stream is that you moved the geometry in edit mode, which moves the vertices but not the origin. So
Got it.
There's a function in Blender with the F3 menu, and there's a search bar top, and if you type origin to geometry, yeah, there's a set origin on the F3 menu.
This one, set origin. Origin to geometry. Oh, sorry, I zoomed. This one.
I think I've lost your video.
I messed it up probably by zooming. Let me stop and start it again. Is it back? Uh-oh.
Right, I'm back.
Okay.
Right, there's a origin to geometry.
Okay, I'm going to select that.
Yep, the second.
Okay.
Second option on the menu.
Got it. And then now what? I'm done now? Uh-oh.
My internet connection is not helpful. It's not helpful at all. Yes, it worked.
Okay.
Now I think you can maybe you can try exporting that. I'm not
Okay.
sure if I'm not sure how processing is going to handle both meshes. Maybe let's see. There's an option to join the meshes
Okay.
into one.
Well,
If
let me
that causes problems,
let me export it,
try this.
and let's see.
All right.
Oh, that looks. Oh wait.
Did you? I don't think you've moved the new file.
I think so. No, these are the new files. Let me delete them
Oh.
because export. Oh, volume increase on guest. Okay, sorry, you're very quiet. I'm gonna move it up. Okay.
Oh
it
yeah.
should be-
Data. Okay.
Mutu. All right, I exported it.
Okay. So the second. Okay. So we're gonna try the second method. The second method is to do Control J or Command J, I think on Mac.
Okay.
From Blender. That's gonna take the two meshes and join them into one.
Yeah, it also moved them around in a weird way.
And
Okay,
now-
so hold on. So Control J, Command J. Too loud now. Okay. Too loud now. Okay. Command or command.
My internet is not being cooperative right now. I think that's only one mesh.
Yeah.
Yes. Now you can try the Alt G key to center the mesh. Oh no, that's two meshes actually. You can add any more, like you can work with the F3 menu if you search.
But one thing,
if
couldn't
you
I
bring up
just
the
do
F3
this
menu and then search join?
selection to cursor to world origin, and then selection to cursor, and then can I just move this one?
Yes,
Like, what if I do this?
but that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I think
No.
that's not gonna work because what you need to do is you need to bring Mutu to the center of the grid in Blender.
Hold on. Let's see here. I've lost the regular chat. Right click, set origin geometry to origin.
Oh yeah. I was not aware that this was an option in the new versions of Blender. I used to use Blender back in the times where you had to right click to select, if that says things to people.
Select both Control J. Okay, there we go. I got it joined. It's one mesh now.
Yes. Okay. And now the origin is still lopsided, still in a weird place. So you can try that trick of setting the origin to geometry again.
So that was
the right click, set origin to geometry.
I don't have a right click option. I have Shift S.
There's no right.
Whoops.
You can't right click on the Mac OS. What is this?
Cursor. Which one of these? I feel like this selection to cursor. Oops. Should work,
yes,
right?
but
Shift S.
that sets the origin to the cursor, but the origin is still it's still an offset from the mesh. So you need to reset the origin. You need to make the origin at the center of the mesh, and then you can use that to center.
So that was
the
function
mesh
F3?
Yes.
Set origin.
Yep, set origin.
Origin to
geometry.
Oh, but that messes up the model. It squishes it.
Oh, because yes. Let me see on the right. There's a wrench tab on the bottom right. That's the modifiers panel.
What's that?
On the right of the app.
On the right of the app.
There's a set of tabs, colorful icons.
Oh yeah, these.
And then there's a wrench.
Yep.
Yeah. So apply that modifier. There's an apply button on the top. Yep. There we go. And now you can do again the set origin trick.
So function F3, set origin to geometry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see that. Look,
There we go.
there's a little dot. Look at that dot. It's so
Yes,
perfect.
that's the dot that represents the origin.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. File, export.
No. Wait. There's one more step.
Okay.
One last trick. For my final trick, I will make it centered. Now
Okay.
you can do the Shift S selection to cursor.
Selection to
Selection to
cursor.
cursor, and then
Oh, look at that. Okay.
and now you can export it.
Export to OBJ right here. And now open up processing and there we go. We did it.
I have proved myself.
Okay.
So high, but I did it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. All right. I'm hanging up this call and because I think
Yes.
now I'm ready to move into processing. Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
I'll go back to
Okay.
I'll go back to
Okay.
moderating then.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're back, everybody. Whew. That was rough. That was rough, but I learned something there. And I'm just trying to get all my monitor stuff back. That was like some real technical gymnastics. Virtual cam, go away. Now, why is the light so weird? But that I'm not too worried about. Let me translate. I have an idea. Let me translate this back a little bit. Yeah. I mean, let's see. What other kind? I want to be able to see it. So this is really now a processing issue. Let me see. This is really what I meant to do. Let's set the world back a little bit more. Okay, there we go. So I'm not seeing any of the nice shading of Mewtwo, but I am seeing Mewtwo. So great. So I can maybe try some other kind of lighting. Oh, I took the lights out. Whoops. Interesting. So, oh, maybe because the material. Let's go to the processing reference. 10 minutes, people. It's okay. Lights, ambient light. Ooh, let's try ambient light. Ooh, light specular. Ooh, so many options. Directional light. Let's try. I like how this looks. So let's try this: directional light and ambient light. See how that looks. I wonder if it's like something to do with the material. It might be actually an issue with the model itself. Let's put in a box and see what that looks like. No. The box is also no stroke. This like this example. Is it because it's like directly in the center? Maybe I need to move the light. What if I use a point light? Because I think a point light is like, yeah, let's try this. Weird. Oh, wait. What is going on? Oh, okay, there we go. Now I'm seeing something. I think I have an idea. I have an idea. I know this seems crazy, but I have an idea. Ambient light. Let's try this. Yeah, okay. I have an idea, which is, I'm going to re-export. I think there's an option. Let me just change the scale in here. So I'm going to change the scale here and see if that, I mean, this seems like a crazy. And now, okay, that's a, oh, that's because the box is there. Okay. The normals are inverted because of the scaling and processing. Change the direction with the up axis. Oh, I see. All right, let's get rid of this. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, also the Mewtwo is really all deformed. Okay. Oh, okay, I have an idea. So let's just rotate, flip it around the x-axis. 180 degrees. Pi. Is that right? There we go. And now let's get rid of the box. Mewtwo! Oh, the poor Mewtwo has got a big slice out of its head. Okay, so I could have changed the export. Why? What did I do? I did something to the model where it's all like, right? Because, oh, no. That slice, this was not, I did something to the model where it lost. That's fine. Mewtwo has a little slice cut out of it. No problem. No problem. Okay, people. Ready for this? Now I've got a crazy idea. Let's go to examples. Let's go to topics, simulate flocking. Okay, so this is the flocking example. So what I want to do is change this to flocking. It's not really, I'm not really doing 3D flocking. I'm going to call it flocking plane, but I'm going to change this to P3D. I'm going to change, and then I want to draw, just want to rotate it by like a little bit. If I'm looking at it this way, I want to just offset the x-axis by like 45 degrees. Yeah. So, okay, perfect. So now I want these voids to be at 0, 0. And the flock, the voids, the edges should be, well, I'm just going to make up something. I mean, this is ridiculous what I'm doing, because I should put that into a variable. Okay, so the flocking is now happening on this like plane. Whoa, which I would like to be able to see. So let's draw now a rect mode center. So let's create a variable that's like the dimensions. Make that 500. So I want to draw a rectangle at 0, 0, dimension times 2, dimension times 2. Let's say stroke 255 and fill. Let's give this fill with some alpha. Should see, yeah, that's the plane. So when they get to the edge, great. So what I want to do is, and let's send this out a little bit. I've got some like major perspective issues. And let's make the plane like much bigger, so it sort of like fills the space. Okay, and let's also, actually, let's get PZCam. Because I think PZCam is going to be a nice thing for me to have. And I always forget how it works. So I'm going to go to contributed libraries. Oh, come on, processing. I'm going to restart processing. Let's open up just to have contributed libraries, PZCam. I just want this basic one. So this allows me to sort of like zoom in and out and move around the space. So let me go back to my flocking plane. And PZCam over here, flocking plane. So I just need to create a PZCam and cam equals new PZCam and import PZCam. And I think that's all I need to do to have like a basic PZCam. And now I think I don't need this anymore, or this. Let's see what I get. Yeah. So I can fly around. I don't know what, and see the like little ants. I kind of need a bigger window here. And maybe let's make this 200. Whoa, okay, I like this. Let's rotate. Let's put that rotate X back in, just to have it start a little bit offset. And actually, let's zoom out further. I like actually seeing the plane. Okay, this works. So now I've got this little world, this little plane, and it's got like the flocks moving on it. And what I want to do now is put my Mewtwo characters there. So let's go to open recent Mewtwo flock, which is what the other thing is. So, and I need to just transfer over the data file, the data folder. I would like to fix the model, so maybe someone can help me with that. But what I thought actually is like maybe I could get one of the community created models. So now, oops. Yeah, that's fine. So, oh, I didn't want that to go away. Come back. So I want to create P-shape Mewtwo, load Mewtwo, and then in the flock, no, in the void, I'm going to have to, I want this. So where before I was drawing a triangle, translating to the position and rotating by the angle, which I still want to do. I don't want the triangle anymore. I want to flip. Let's first flip Mewtwo. Oh, and probably Mewtwo is going to be sitting at the center of the plane, so I'm going to have to translate up a little bit. But let's just see what happens. I think Mewtwo is huge. Scale. What's going on? Oh, there's too many calls to push me. Oh, I forgot the pop matrix. That's important. There we go. Mewtwo, where are you? There you are. This is not exactly what I had dreamed of. Oh yeah, so Mewtwo's like sliced down the middle. So let's see here. Let's translate up a little bit. Let's offset. Let's rotate Mewtwo and then translate off by like 50. Whoa, what did I just do? Is that the wrong? No. Yeah, I want to orient Mewtwo and then pop it up a little bit. Like, let's just make it. Oh, scale is happening after. What is going on? Oh God. Position X, Y. Then rotate. Oh, no. I want to move. Something to translate here. Right? Because. Oh, not Y. Y. Z. Z. Translate up like Z. So this would be, there we go. So now the flock is like above the plane, but I only need to translate by like 5, I think. Yeah. Still, let's try. I mean, I'm sure there's a scientific way of doing it. There we go. Is my scale, I want to just Mewtwo to be smaller. Yeah, so let's see if I add some lights now, if that'll do something. There's my little creatures. Go run around, flock with each other. This is not turning out like I had hoped. Let's try adding some lights. Can I do something with material? Oh, there we go. Oh, wait, Mewtwo is sideways. Mewtwo is sideways. Oh, the zooming is like, Mewtwo is sideways. Okay. All right, so this rotate by X by pi is wrong. Still sideways. Oh, I just need to also, no, that's right, but I also need to rotate by Y 90. Is it Y or Z? No, Z is rotating like this. X, yeah, this should be, no, not that. Not X, rotate Y, pi divided by 2. This should get Mewtwo to stand up. There we go. Why are they wiggling like that? I like that. Look at them, little just flocking around, wiggling. I think they're wiggling because of this rotation. So first stand it up, flip it over, then rotate along Z. Yeah, they should be turning in the direction they're moving. Yeah, no, it's right. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, hold on. Let's do these one at a time. This should stand them up. No, that didn't stand them up. I'm so lost. I'm just going to try every axis. Yes, that stood them up. Okay, rotate X stands them up, and they're actually, that also, they're in the right orientation. Their head is on top. So now I should be able to just rotate by the direction that they're going in. Not along Z. Is that, so if they've stood up, don't, oh, maybe I'm, Y then is the direction that they're moving in. There we go. Now they're rotated in the direction they're moving. There we go. There we go. So this is exactly what I meant to happen. Now, let's have them be half the size. That's better. And let's make many more of them. There we go. So use fly, so it's fitting to have them above the line. Now, I could add Z. There's absolutely no reason, now that I'm in 3D, why I couldn't give them a Z and have their vector a little bit, all the vector mass should be the same. Give them an initial Give them an initial 3D velocity vector. Oh, they're flying! Oh my God. Flocking in 3D. The problem is I need to give them a bounding box also along Z. And this should be, right? Now that I have that global variable. And then I should do it for Z. Now let me draw the box. Let me draw, instead of a rectangle, I think if I do box dimensions times 2, and I should say no fill, stroke weight 8. Let's make it. This should be their bounding box. Okay, this is pretty wild. Not what I expected to make. Now, I feel like the flocking is very clumpy. So this is just the sort of like core example. So a couple things I could do is let's weight the separation much more. Let's weight separation more. Because it'll make them a little more. And I think I also need to think about their distance that they see each other. Like their desired separation is just 25. So let's make this 10% of the dimension. And then I think in alignment, let's make this 20%. And cohesion, let's also make that 20%. So I think this should keep. Whoa. How to paint them pink. can I think I can do this. I think I can apply a fill. No. Let me have this zoomed out. I guess I don't know what this argument does. Okay, it does do what I think it does. No, it's like something about like the field of view or something. I think I'm confused about what this argument is. And then, because I can do this. Whoa. What is going on? There we go. This is what I was looking to see. Oh, no, that's bad. Oh, I don't know how to use PZCam. Let me actually just take off PZCam. Oh, wow, that perspective is so weird. That's sort of what I expected to see. And what happened to my angle? Oh, I don't have it anymore. Oh, okay, relax everybody. That was kind of fast. Pink ambient light. Okay, we'll try that. Oh, they're sideways again. Because I did something. I guess not using PZCam. See, this is what I wanted to see, but I kind of want to have PZCam also. So let's see if I can make that happen. So if I change this to and put the PZCam back in. What if I do this? Whoa. I don't know. I don't know what's happening anymore. Oh, I'm above everything. There we go. This works. All right. Use PZCam with mouse. Okay. So now. All right. I gotta slow down. Stop. Let me try. Oh, I rotated space, not the cam. Oh, I can rotate the cam. Right. All right, but this is fine. I like this. I like being in the middle, actually. So let's see if I can get ambient light that's pink. Let's try that. If I say ambient light, 255, 50, 255. Let's see what this does. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we're talking. All right, does anybody have, I should do an avoid the boundary. I should have a force that pushes them back in. But I gotta stop. This is enough. I gotta go. This is the project I wanted to make. Now the question is, could I get I love my Mewtwo, but does anybody, Marcos, is your model available? Could you export your Mew model? because I would like to see how this looks with a better or different model. Also, I want to see how many I can really fit in. So how many? Oh, this is, I don't need this. How many do I have? 300? Let's try 500. Whoops. I like how they're actually just rotating along the XY plane. It is in another computer. Oh well. Did anybody I forgot to ask Chrissy for her Mew model, but I could get that. I can just share it on social media. What happens, by the way? So maybe, well, I think I'm done. Let's try making this full screen. I think I'm done for today. It is 10:20. I'm 20 minutes past where I meant to be. I mean, one thing that would be interesting here is I kind of like, so I sort of have a weird idea, which is let me get rid of this box. And now I'm just in the middle here now of a world of, I'm upside down. They're so far away. Without the box, I'm really lost. Oh, there we go. This is what I wanted to see. Remove the Mewtwo fill line. Is that really going to make a difference? Oh, yeah. The other kind of question I have is I have both lights and ambient light. Ooh. Oh, so that's with just the ambient light. So I guess it's good to have them both. Does it matter what order this is in? Oh, interesting. It does matter. So maybe this light doesn't need to be as bright. Oh, is YouTube's compression having a hard time with this? Sorry. So, if you can make a now imagine if I had multiple models. I don't know. I kind of want to fix the little like cutout there, or maybe that's just sort of like a nice quality. I would want to put in like an octree or quad tree so I could just have so many more. But I think I'm done for today. Unless anybody has like a really, really like great suggestion of something I should absolutely do. Or a Mew model. There can be only one. Oh, interesting. So am I doing, yeah. Let's see what other, I mean, part of me wants to actually follow the perspective of one of the Mews. All right, that's the last thing I'm going to do. But I think that's going to mess up. Oh no, because, all right, let me look at PZCam. Let me understand PZCam a little bit more, because I can't stop. Hello, PZCam off screen. Hello, PZ, head up display. No, camera states. What's that? State. What does this do? So I think if I wanted to follow one of them, I couldn't use PZCam. Instead, what I would do is, oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Like so let me take out PZCam again. And this is just the default view. But if I want to follow one of the Muse, for example, if I were to say Boyd follow equals, and let's get rid of this rotate Y for a second, equals flock.boyds.getZero, flock.boyds.getZero. So that's the very first Boyd in the array. Couldn't I just translate to the center of that Boyd, follow dot, what is it called, position? Position. I mean, there is a look at function and a camera function in, but what if I just translate to that Boyd's location? And everything is drawn relative to it. Oh, negative. Oh, but then I would need to draw everything offset from... No, wouldn't this work? Like, if I translate the world, then it's going to be at 0, 0. Oh, but I also need to translate to the center. Now, yeah. But I feel like I should be flying through. Can't you move the cameras? Yeah, but like this particular Boyd should always be at the center. Let's zoom out a little bit. It's a bit off center, I know. What am I missing here? We're tracking it, but we're too far away. But it should be, if it's being drawn at its position should be at, oh, this isn't really where the camera is. Maybe I do need to use the processing camera. All right, let's try that. Or look at. Isn't there like a look at or camera? Wait, I wrote a tutorial about this. P3D, look, there's a tutorial about this. Lighting, okay. Perspective, okay. Camera. Eye position, scene center, upwards axis. Okay. Let's use the actual camera. I'm going to keep this. All right. Okay, great. So this is with the camera being at the sort of like, so the arguments are eye position. So the eye position, I actually want it to be at 0, 0. What happens if I just make it 0, 0, 0? then the scene center is also 0, 0, 0. And the upwards axis is 0, 1, 0. Right? So I position, scene center, up axis. Oh, there's everything. Let's also not make this full screen anymore, just a little easier to see. So typically, if the eye position now should be offset from this, right? Okay, yes. So I'm above the scene. Okay, I'm above the scene. But now what I want to be is I want to be at, oh no. I want the scene center to be this particular void. Okay, so I'm getting closer here. But where do I want the, the eye position should just be like a little bit offset. What if I had the eye position where that void is? Oh, but I'm looking, I can't, that doesn't make sense. Can the scene center still be this? But the eye? I don't feel like I'm flying around. I think I am, though. Did I? Oh, Z. Thank you. Yeah, this is me flying around. You can't really see because I just jumped. And looking up is X. What if looking up is Z? There we go. Oh. Other way. Here I am flying around. Oh, I'm always looking at the... I'm always looking, I'm at that buoy, but I'm not looking straight ahead. I'm always looking at the center of the scene. So that's kind of weird. Maybe what I wanted to use this look at. Is there a look at function? No. I think the camera... So I suppose what I could do is I could have my eye... Oh, and I could just look straight ahead. So I could always say like, hey, you know where I'm looking? I'm looking at where I am plus straight ahead. So if Y were up, straight ahead would be Z. Let's try looking straight ahead. Plus like 50. Minus 50? Not, do I need to like look really much further away? Yeah. Look in the Y direction? Where are all you people? Where are you? I just want to look. Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is me looking straight ahead now. It's funny, they don't look like they're flying because I'm flying with them. I guess let's put the box back in. Yeah, now we see I'm flying around the box. Oh, I could look in I should be looking in the direction of my velocity. Ah. So I should be able to say, so position is where I am, and the direction is my position plus where I'm going. I could look in the direction of my velocity. So this would be pos.x, pos.y, pos.z, and look in direction.x, direction.y, direction.z. That should work, right? My velocity is I'm looking behind myself, I think. Oh my God. The velocity is very shaky. Shaky camera work there. I could smooth it out. All right, let's do, I got an idea here. P vector dir equals new p vector. And then I'm going to say that's, I'm going to say like, let's call this smooth, let's call this dir, and let's call this, I'm actually going to call this look at. I'm going to call that look at, and I'm going to say look at dot lerp direction 0.1. So this should smooth it out. Oh, but then I need to put look at in here. Smoother. Let's say 0.01. There we go. This is what I meant all along. Now, I don't love that every time I hit the edge. Whoa! Oh, this is fun. The question is, do we like having the box there? Let's make the background a color. Let me get the Coding Train color palette. Let's try some Coding Train colors. This is the only way I know how to get there. The CJ made this website, which I really need to like permanently. So let's try this color for the ambient light. And let's try like this color for the background. Well, I like this. Now, question is, what happens if I give the box a slight fill? Like, just out of curiosity, what happens if I give the box this fill? Okay, so the box is white. That's interesting. What if I go here and get like this yellow color, but give it like a lot of alpha? It's just blending with the background. Is there an issue? I wonder, one thing I should do is, I shouldn't render that first void. So, Oh, this is kind of annoying the way that I've written this code. Run. Render. Oh, I see. Let's just do this. And then first is false. I just want to treat the first one differently. So just in case that's messing anything up, let's not render that first one. It's just the camera. Okay. I don't think that changed anything. Hit the box and bounce off. I know. That's not really going to work with flocking. I guess I could try it. Let's try it. That'll be the last thing. Let's try switching what the edges do. This is definitely going to be a problem. All right, this is going to be really annoying, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do them each individually. Let's see, else if position.x is greater than dim. So that's x. Y. Y. I was going to make a force, but let's just try this. Z. Did I get this right? Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, hi, Gloria. It's looking back. No, that's not intended. It should be looking where it's going. Yeah, it really has to be a force. But that's going to take me a lot longer to write that code. Negative z is forward. I don't know, this is kind of doing something along the lines of what I had hoped. It's going to get stuck around the edge quite a bit. So how do I fix it from looking forward? Like, it's looking in the direction of its velocity. How would I change that? Is that this? No, now it's just upside down. You need to keep the direction, not the look at. I don't understand. Add the position after the lerp. Oh, right. Thank you. Okay. Gloria's here, everybody. Hi. Good doggy. Yes, I know you probably need me to take you for a walk. Okay, yes, this is... You're making it hard for me to code. Yes, I know. You're such a good girl, they can't really see you. Okay. Come on, can you take a break, please?
I know. I love you too. You good doggo.
Okay, wait, let me just fix this one thing. Please. I think if I look away from her, she will decide to go to sleep. It worked. Okay, absolutely right that this, I have to lerp with the velocity. And then, oh, no. And then, so I need a smooth lerp v. So I always lerp the velocity and then position dot, and then look at is the position plus the lerp velocity. I don't know what that's really going to do. But this is more correct. Oh no, I feel like I'm flying now, yes? I'm stuck at the edge. I gotta go back to my other borders. I gotta stop. So we're gonna, this is not really a great solution. So just for right now, we're gonna go with the wraparound borders, okay? I think I liked it better with, and this is the last thing I'm going to do, without a fill for the box. We can make the stroke color of the box that yellow. And then let's make this full screen, and I think we're done. I still think I need to say no fill. There we go. Okay, everybody. What's some good music to go with this? Thank you for watching today's episode of the Coding Train, where we're flying through a world of muse, flocking in beautiful space. Bit behind? No, behind the... Oh, come on. That's a good idea. Oh, why do I have to do this idea now? I'm just curious. Okay. So first, I would have to render it. This is definitely the last thing I'm doing. Oh my God, it's almost 11 o'clock. So, subtract. So couldn't I then, if I subtract the velocity, and I switch the order of these, am I going to see it? I think I'm looking backwards. And I also need to scale this up. Position minus that times like 50. I think I'm looking backwards. If I'm looking backwards, oh, weird. Someone else is gonna have to figure this out for me. I'm totally brain dead. So I'm at the lookout position, and I'm looking at the position. Subtract the position from the velocity minus the position. Well, I mean, like this couldn't possibly be it, could it? Oh boy, look at that. Oh, now I'm definitely looking backwards. The camera Z-near is clipping the Boyd, and I'm looking at it from above. Negative look at, no. Yeah, I could pick a random one, but picking the first one is the same. You need to bring the near plane back to let closer objects be drawn. Reduce the near plane value on the 3D renderer. This is kind of interesting though. Whatever I don't know how to do that in processing, affect the Z near plane. I was just trying to go like really, really far away. Like I figured like multiplying the velocity by 250. I think I'm actually following it. I'm just really far away, so you don't see it near. Add minus, that's what I'm doing, add minus. Oh, but let's try subtracting it. Yeah, I like this. I don't know if I see, I'm behind it by quite a bit. Let's try being behind it by less. It's sort of like where I start also, it makes such a difference because now I've sort of like started near the edge. So let's go back to, thank you for everyone for tuning in to the world of Flying Muse. Flying Muse. Oh, we're flying through the world, seeing all the muse. Yeah, I am there's one that I'm following. Can't you sort of see that there's one that I'm following? I don't know if I'm going to make this into a P5JS version. That would be interesting to try. I will upload this. All of the Boyds spawn at the center. So I'm pretty sure I'm spawning them all at the center. But I don't know. This is my last live stream probably until I would say September. I was gonna say maybe like the last couple days of August I might have one, but this is probably the last live stream until September. Oh my god, my desktop audio is still. Highlight the follow. I don't know how to do that. Okay, I'm going to release this code. This is what I suggest. Highlighting the follow one, cleaning up, using a different model. So many possibilities. Let me upload this somewhere right now. And please make a version of this and share it with me.
is this? Clock and play. Let's call this. On the desktop. This music is quite hilarious. So I am going to say thank you to everybody. It's not the end of the year. That seems like, because it's just a random date in July. But for me, my life so operates on the academic calendar. This is kind of like really the end of the year for me. So thank you everybody for your support, whether it's watching, it's tweeting, it's giving your community contributions, it's joining as a member. All this stuff is really meaningful to me. I really enjoy having the chance to connect and code and do weird stuff like this. I'm gonna leave this running for a little bit to read your messages in the chat. I'm gonna take you out with, by reading also some random numbers. And please join the Discord. Here's the link to the Discord. Stay tuned, hopefully for some other videos will come out. Get in touch with me if you wanna help me with the Fractal Flame stuff. And I'm gonna read you some random numbers. Okay, goodbye everybody. Someone's at the front door. 45,674. 97,757. 12,127. 42,680. 68,380. 17,270. 98,045. 7,327. 81,083. 73,274. 30,292. 99,240. 82,374. 92,053. 79,989. 9,062. 13,275. This song is very long. Guess I could be in the video here looking down at the muse. The book is backwards because I mirrored myself there. 65,813. I lost my place. 43,262. 42,485. 45,612. 13,680. 44,064. 98,559. 48,286. 56,520. 81,434. 21,154. 32,158. 73,767. 41,005. 69,234. 35,878. 8,960. 61,054. 51,987. 40,674. 86,452. 59,666. 48,007. 99,787. 21,907. 77,085. Mwah. Thank you very much. I will see you in the new academic year. More, a lot videos about machine learning are coming. Videos about text generation in the GPT-2 model with Runway ML are coming. TwitterBot videos are coming. And hopefully a Fractal Flame or a 3D Marching Cube or something like that. And love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your summer. And always stay chewing on the choo-choo train with passenger Mewtwo.
As always, I always forget the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do dot, this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot. I'm gonna do this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot song. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. This dot, this dot, this dot. Never forget this dot. I'm gonna do the this dot, this dot, this dot, this dot, the this dot song. Never forget the this dot. This.
Unicorns and rainbows and cupcakes. What else is there? Yes, kittens. Thank you very much. Kittens and rainbows and cupcakes. Notice that. Look what I get. I'm really losing my mind. Okay, let's do it. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. 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 Kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and 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 kittens and kittens and kittens. I feel just sort of like a nice feeling of relaxation. Everything's gonna be okay today. Dream is not broken, it has not frozen. This is a wonderful thing. Okay, we're gonna do it. I'm really getting to something. I need my sound effect.
Unicorns and rainbows. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and kittens and kittens and kittens. Kittens and kittens and kittens and Das Vidania.